I got Kindred. That's the best one. I got Herald's Horn. I think in this deck you can make the Saga. A lot of people don't play fairies, so I think you can play the one that makes them cost 2 less. What's it called? Urza's something, right?
Incubator.
Incubator.
Fairies aren't super expensive though, mana wise.
Yeah, but you know it's a two.
But still, a reduction is reduction.
A reduction is a reduction, exactly.
How do you feel about Rankle?
Yeah, hell yes, Rankle. Should we just look at all the fairies? Is that what you're doing right now? Are you looking at all the fairies? Okay. You just have them up? Okay, cool. Alright, so before we left, though, I wanted to look at the stuff from Wilds. Alright, so we're just looking at these 2 colors right now and seeing if they're relevant. No. Oh, here's a fairy. Whenever you attack with one of our fairies, draw a card, then discard a card. Yes, we're playing this. Talion's Messenger. Especially with your commander that makes tokens, it's going to be really good in that deck. So that's, here, let me move this over here so we're looking. So it's Talion's Messenger. So it's Talion's
Messenger. Oh, Halo Forger, or Forager.
Halo Forager?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so, we got a fairy. I can't play that. Clearly playing that. Human Wizard, Sorcery, Spectre. Oh, here's a fairy. You can untap it. Enters with. No, we're not playing that. That's pretty bad. Nope. Whenever you cast an adventure spell, you may copy it. No, we don't want that, right?
No.
Wait. Return target spell to its owner's hand. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. We can play that.
And I mean, yeah, it's basically a pseudo counterspell.
Yeah. I like that.
And you get to play it off your turn. So,
yes.
Do we get Brazen Borrower?
And take it back. That sounds like the most Brazen Borrower. I didn't know if that was a fairy or not.
Yeah, it is. It had stupid animation where it like popped on screen flying with a bottle. God, when they used to like put all mythics used to have animations, and they realized it takes too long in Magic on Arena, so they stopped doing it.
Spell during an opponent's turn, up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets mine. Oh, I like this card. Dream Spoilers, because your entire deck is going to do that. Oh, we do have. And speaking of that, do we want to play like things that let it? Like, do you want to play like Leyline and Teferi maybe?
Wait, what do you mean with Leyline?
Like making everything have flash.
I figured we were gonna play a lot of like flash interaction stuff, as is. I know not every fairy has flash.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw them in for now, and we're gonna see how relevant it is or not. Because hold on, how is your commander worded? Whenever you cast the so here's how this works as well. So if we play things like Leyline, you could play a Soul Ring off your turn and you make a 1/1. So it seems good to play those regardless. And we can play the land, Winding Canyon, which is for creatures.
Quick. Another fairy is kind of cool is Quickling, because he's just a flash creature that you get to.
You can bounce with him, yeah.
You just bounce himself.
Yes.
Oh no, and return another creature you control.
Yeah, Quickling can't target himself. It worked in my Donal deck because he can make a copy of himself. So that's a maybe word, right? Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and then I'm gonna also put in Teferi, I guess. And no, not that one. Because this feels like a Teferi deck. Like being the only one that gets to interact. And then I'll put in the Aether. What's the artifact?
Oh, Vidalcan Ori.
Yeah. I'm just putting them in for now. We might not play all of them. Vidalcan Ori. Okay. Let's finish looking at Wilds. Alright, so what is this one? Mill 4. Then put an instant or sorcery card or fairy card from among the milled cards into your hand. Bad? Good? What do you think?
We could hit stuff that we don't want to hit.
Oh, did I put this one in? Dream Spoilers?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, it's up there.
Okay, alright, cool. Yeah, I agree. What is this one? Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. It enters the battlefield. If it was bargain, each opponent loses 3 life. You gain 3 life. That feels pretty bad for 5. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That feels pretty bad.
Wait, scroll for a second. One more.
These?
No, okay, it's bargain. Okay. Wait. It says for each fairy you control. The black card, the fairy fencing.
Target creature you control. Oh yeah, let's play that.
Gets X an additional -3, so you could literally do it for just a little, like for like 1 mana and or 2.
What's that spell? It's
fencing.
Spelled like the Faerie fencing. What is fairy formation? I'm gonna have to check that after. Oh, Dark, what's the extra turn spell?
Notorious Throng.
Let's go.
It's technically for rogues.
Is it?
But yeah.
No, it's for fairies or rogues, right?
Well, no, the prowl cost was done by a rogue.
Okay, let's look at how many rogues we have. It might not be enough. 1, 2. Is our commander a rogue?
No.
Nope.
Warlock.
Problem. 1, 2. Shapeshifter can be anything. 3, 4. Let's just put it in the maybe board for now.
I mean, even if not, you don't. I think you only get the extra turn if you play its prowl cost.
Okay, so.
But prowl cost just means just 1 has to hit.
Let's look at these. When this enters the battlefield, surveil. Exile Fairy Dream Thief from your graveyard. You draw a card and lose a life.
Eh.
For a 1 mana.
The other one I don't really like either.
If it had flash, I would like this. But yeah, I don't like that either. When this enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 if you do tap target creature and opponent controls. If you do put a stunning counter on it. If also this had flash, I would like it in your deck. But
Spell Stutter is that one that costs additional for each fairy you control?
Yes, I like that. Spell Stutter, yes. Spell Stutter. No, not that one. Why is it not coming up?
Because it's not Spell Stutter. It's it's just Spell Space Stutter. There it is.
Had to put the space. This is flash. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn.
Yeah, that's a little too conditional for 4 mana.
I mean, in your deck, you cast it. It makes a 1/1. Or you're gonna have a lot of 1/1s to block with, and then you can cast this and kill something, right?
I mean, yeah, but that's if they even attack and we block with it. I'd rather just have like force removal if I could.
Is it sorcery spells cost 1 less to cast?
I kind of like that because I think we do want to I think our fairy count is actually kind of low, and we should put in a lot of like interactive spells.
I have to look at the rest of the fairies because I don't know what else is good. Wait. Draw 3 cards, create a blue fairy creature token with flying, and then this creature can block only creatures with flying.
But it's a sorcery speed. And then scrolling, we have like our dual colors.
I don't think any of these have to do with fairies.
And the ones that we already did.
This one. Do you want to play this? Likeness Looter? Why not? Is it any good? Flying, draw this card, becomes a copy of a target creature in your graveyard with mana value X, except it has flying and this ability cost.
Yeah. And we got the other one already.
Anything cool for fairies here? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, we didn't really get. I realized we didn't get a really artifact for them, but I guess blue-black isn't. Well, I guess blue really is, but.
All right.
That's all right.
So, is there any other good fairies?
I'm
gonna do a refresh because if we.
Yeah. There is Glenalendra Liege, which gives blue and black creatures +1/+1. It's one of the lieges.
Can I just search for fairies on this?
I think you could look. I think you could search for creature type. Yeah, if you go. If you go advanced, so clear that out. Clear that. Yeah, hit go advanced options. In subtype. You see where it says subtype, and type fairy. Hit F. Yeah, there you go. And now and then up at the top hit blue black. Actually, I think I think it turns them off. So yeah, turn those off, and then now just hit a search, and it should give us all of them.
Okay. Sack of food. Nope. Tap 2 lands. Discard a card. Create a 1/1 blue fairy creature token named Cloud Sprite. It is flying, and Cloud Sprite can only block creatures with flying.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a huge fan of that. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, you may have target creature get -1/-1 until end of turn. So it's another version of this. We can play Dream Spoiler Witches. So Dream.
Oh, that's fine because the other one was a dream card too.
Yeah. So wait.
Just put yeah.
I'm being stupid. All right. Fey Wishes doesn't work. Unless we just want to play it for that. Whenever Dream Thief comes into play, draw a card if you played another blue spell this turn.
Nah. It's way easier to draw cards. Fairy Artisans is good, I think.
Where's Fairy Artisan?
You're a little bit right there.
Yes, Fairy Artisan's definitely good. Imposter.
Fey Harbinger, because that's flash.
Yes. Search your library for a fairy card. It's also just like a really good card. Oh, I like this. Make a 1/1 blue fairy creature token and draw a card.
Okay, yeah.
For an activated ability.
Man, I wish we could play that in the other deck.
This is flash. Whenever this enters the battlefield, creature an opponent controls gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Nah.
Yeah.
Macabre is me. Oh no, that's not the mean one. Artifact card just says flash. Oh, I want to play the. I want to play the guy that there's another fairy that, or no, never mind. He's not a fairy. He's a pirate. Whenever you play a spell during an opponent's turn, you may have each opponent lose 1 life, and it's a fairy. Thoughts?
That could get there, I guess.
Here's a tribal instant fairy. Counter target non-fairy spell. If that spell is countered this way, remove it from the game instead of putting it into an opponent's graveyard. 1 card?
It is a tribal, so we can technically.
Power and toughness equal to the number of blue permanents you control. Is the tokens your commander make blue?
No, they're black.
Okay. So this is whenever you draw your second card each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Fairy Vandal. That's not terrible, right?
It's not terrible.
Let's put it in for now. Each opponent no. Comes into play, destroy target creature that was dealt. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's another one that we used to. It's like we have updated versions of older cards.
When it enters the battlefield, if it was bargain, oh yeah, we saw that one. This one proliferates, not useful. Nope. Whenever you play a wizard spell, no. A lot of them are probably wizards, but I don't think that matters. Oh, it does have flash though, but all it does is loot. It's not that impressive. You may play this spell if you dealt damage with a fairy. This isn't terrible, right? It just enters and draws.
Yeah, it's just okay. It doesn't have flash or anything, but.
But I mean, we can, like I said, we can play things that give flash. Oh, this is the thing that makes the black robes and can. I don't know if I like that. We got Mistbind. There's that thing. Can't block. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it shares a creature type with Nightshade Schemers, you may reveal it. If you do, each opponent loses 2 life. Oh, I thought it was going to be like draw it or something. But
yeah, almost there.
Creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. If you control a fairy, draw a card. Pestermite?
Yeah. Nah.
Oh, you don't want to play Pester? Okay.
Wait, we're not a twin deck.
Right, but it's a flash tap something.
But like at that point, I'd just rather play like an instant or sorcery instant.
Click. This is fun.
Yeah, that puppeteer is still pretty cool. Yeah.
If you would roll, nope.
And we looked at that one already. That's the mill.
Rankle. Protection from red broken. Let's put in it right now.
Back when like in the old school days, where like blue and red were enemy colors.
Skipper is put into a graveyard for play. Clash with an opponent. If you return,
yeah, it just puts it back.
We got that one. When this enters the battlefield, tap with oh, it's that one.
Mm-hmm.
We know that one. Oh, Sprite Noble. Flying creatures get +0/+1. Creatures you control with yeah, we gotta play that. It's a lord. Got that. We got that. Oh, Sora Temptation? We can play that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great card. Yeah, we read that one. Whenever you cast an adventure, doesn't matter when it dies. Whenever you attack with one, oh, we got that one. Deal 1 damage. What is this one? As he enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10. Whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses to. Oh, that's not bad. We can play that.
Yeah, that's interesting because you'd have to like it's a weird one because like you like say we name 5.
Right. But if we name like a good mana cost, like 2 that people use a lot, or like 3, you know, so like
yeah, I think 3 is like that sweet spot for like a lot of things.
Enters the battlefield, draws flying. Enters the battlefield, return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. Nope. Target creature gains.
Yo, when did the Blight Gale? Because you keep returning your turn hand, and then keep playing it as flash.
That seems good.
I like okay.
That. Okay, cool. Alright, so we also want some removal, probably, and some counterspells.
Instant to the instance.
Yes, so we want counterspells for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, did we miss anything? We got Kindred, we got Reflections, we got most of the tribal stuff that matters. Oh, do we want Fairy? We want to play Fairy Conclave, right? Hold on. Let me fix the search history. Advanced options. We'll click everything else on, and then get rid of the Fairy Godparents. And then we'll get... It's spelled like the Fairy Conclave. Yeah, why not?
Oh. How about Wave...
I guess Mutable as well. There's no reason not to.
Check this out. How about Wavebreaker Hippocamp?
Yes! The one that you draw a card? Or things cost 1 less off your
turn? It's whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw a card.
There's also one that makes them cost 1 less, right?
Yeah. It's what's it called? It's a Dryad.
Gravebreaker Lamia?
No. Nihilate of the Hidden Coves.
Because I know that they were both played in the same.
Yeah, it's a nymph. As long as it's not your turn spells, you cost 1 less to cast.
Wait, it's Nihilate like this?
Oh no, sorry, Naiad. So Naiad, Naiad of the Hidden Coves.
There we go.
It's a nymph. It's a man nymph. Look at him.
So now we definitely want some good instants. So we want like
Counterspell.
Definitely Sublime Epiphany. Let me some Sublime Epiphany. Disallow. Mana Drain because it's so cheap now.
One I actually think I might really like is Familiar's Ruse, depending on how many ETBs we have. Because that's a 2-mana counterspell, but you have to return a creature to your owner's hand.
Yes, we can play that. I mean, you're gonna it works with the tokens, so
yeah, and if at worst you put its Spellstar's, you have Spellstar Sprite.
Familiar's Ruse. Okay, and then I'm thinking some removal, so we could play like Deadly Rollick. No, not Deadly Rollick. I mean, we could, but no.
I mean, it's cheaper than Mana Drain.
Okay, so Deadly Rollick. And then I was thinking Battleful Mastery. Eat the Swarm, because I like that card in colors that can't deal with an enchantment. And recently I've really liked Curtain's Call.
We get Kindred Dominance.
Yes, Kindred Dominance. And maybe Garruk's in Garuk's-Wake. And then Cyclonic Rift.
Oh, Tom, what about Skull Clamp? Because we make a bunch of 1/1s.
Oh, hell yes. Seriously? Okay.
What about Reality Shift?
Sure.
I guess we don't really. Well, again, also, maybe we don't need it because creature removal is not the worst.
Well, I got the Deadly Relic, which is basically the same thing. And I guess Resculpt would be better anyway. I wouldn't mind Resculpt, maybe. You can't deal with artifacts. Alright,
Narset's Reversal. No, Narset's Reversal. What's the card that it's like a Snapcaster Mage spell? No, let's just cast something from our graveyard. Mission Briefing.
Oh, Mission Briefing. Also, we could just play like Venzer because it works with our commander. And what's the other guy?
Right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Urtai? Is it Urtai?
Can you spell it?
Ertai.
Yeah, the Resurrected, yes. Because just flash cards in the deck work, so.
Cyclonic Rift?
I got that, yes. I think that this might be the deck that the guy from that has flash that is the kill spell from the there's a flash kill spell from the Warhammer precon. Maybe Murderous Rider? No, all the instants work. We don't have to use Murderous Rider. But I was thinking, is it like Necron? Hold on, I think it's Necron something. Is it like Deathmark? Yes, this thing. So it's got flash, enters the battlefield, destroy up to one target creature, and target player mills 3 cards.
Okay, cool.
So I think it would be cool to run that one for flavor because it works with your commander as a kill spell. We can run maybe just Chupacabras, or no, we probably don't.
What about like
Phyrexian Reclamation?
What about just straight Cryptic Command?
Think Cryptic Command? Sure. Tap things down, yeah.
Draw cards. You know what's another funny card also in this is Filter Out. It returns all non-land, non-creature, non-land permanents to its owner's hand, so it leaves just creatures and lands in play. So we're in a situation where I guess it might be not super great at times.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Derek, what's the blue spell that draws equal to the amount of creatures with that type?
I know exactly what it's called. Distant Melodies.
Now we gotta play Mana Rocks in this one, so it's gonna be, and we can play Academy Runes. Yes.
Yeah.
So Academy Runes, Alright, and then we're gonna need Soul Ring. Arcane Signet.
Oh, do we put Arcane Denial in?
I'll check, hold on. No, we did. Then, so I did that, so the Talisman. We need the base one, the Dominance, and then Dimir Signet. And we could technically run Nykthos. I guess let's check how if our devotion is good enough to run Nyx Lotus. Yes. That's a yes. It's almost entirely blue. So Nyx Lotus. And then we can play Dimir Signet. We also want Decanter.
You know, with all the 1/1s that we make, we could, and also has flashes, Dictate of Erebos as like super removal.
Yeah, but we're not like consistently sacking them, you know? We would be basically just block sacking, you know? I prefer attrition if you wanted to use attrition.
True attrition's pretty good too. You would go 1-for-1.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll show it to you and you can read it.
No, I know attrition. It's sacrifice a creature, destroy non-black, non-artifact creature.
Yeah. So Dictate has, like, I think this is a little better for sure.
But Dictate hits everybody, so like one token equals 3 creatures, while that's 1-for-1.
What have we learned about playing sack outlet creatures as like normal?
Oh yeah, you need a lot of it. Mm-hmm. But with our deck, we are playing a bit of a control-y-ish side, so it may not be too hard to keep it.
I think attrition falls into that control-y side because then you could just pay a black at any point to kill something. Like you can play a counterspell, make a token, leave a black open, and then now you also still have a kill spell on their side. So it seems good. I guess I'll also put Thought Vessel in and Reliquary Tower.
I feel like this. Raise the Palisade. Choose a creature type. Return all creatures that aren't of the chosen type to their owner's hand.
Hold on 1 second. Hold that in your mind for a second. Want to get Misty Confluence and Reliquary Tower really quick, and then you can tell me what you just said. Okay, say it again.
It was Raise the Palisade. Choose its creature type. Return all creatures that aren't of the chosen type to their owner's hand. So it's a Kindred Dominance, except it goes to the hand.
Yes.
So Psych Rift for creatures.
That seems good. If we're gonna play that many instants, there's no world that we don't just play Archmage, right?
Yeah.
As a draw.
Because we also have that fairy that makes instants and sorceries cost 1 less.
Yeah, so we're Archmage 100%.
So there's probably a bunch of like random fairies that we might get rid of.
Yeah.
But we just stuck a bunch of them in there.
Do we want a returner of instant or sorceries like an arch? I've kind of liked in these Dimir decks, especially with Phyrexian Reclamation and Sublime Epiphany, having an Achaeomancer. Just to have like a way to like be the douchebag of like looping a counterspell, you know?
Yeah. And Mystical Teachings is a flashback spell that does it too.
You play that? Mystical Teachings, what is that?
It's also an instant too. Because you only play in Dimir decks.
Right, it searches for an instant, right? Right, I forgot about that card. I played that in Pauper. Okay, so the lands we need.
Oh, what about a rewind? Sorry,
rewind.
Because counterspell, untap, and then we have mana open for like more interaction on the next turn.
Yes, and I think I like rewind a little better than unwind.
Yeah, because it's like a negate unwind.
Yes. How much is Fierce Guardianship right now? Because this deck would love free counterspells, and I think it went down a little bit. Hold on.
Yeah, a little bit.
Let's check. If it's around the mana drain pool, we're gonna play it.
It's under mana drain.
Okay, then we're gonna play it. There's no universe that we don't play it. Also, we're gonna play so many islands that we could probably make Mystic Sanctuary work. We'll try our best to do that. So I'll put in islands and plains. Sorry, swamps, and then Urborg. Messages over here. Alright, so Urborg. Sorry, I forgot to mute get him a level.
What about Bajoku Bog?
Love me a Bajoki Boggy.
Especially if we're kind of like playing like kind of this weird control-y kind of deck.
Up if I type in bog. Is that too many things? Yes.
Yeah, because like anything that has like bog in it.
There's a lot of things. Come on, I'm close. Come on.
It's BO. BO and then JUKA. Goddamn magic, making up words.
It's so stupid. Alright, so we want Watery Grave. Let's get a command tower.
Secluded, get Glen, because we could reveal a fairy to have it untapped.
Sure, we can play
that. There was like a few of those from that set. We had to reveal a creature type. I think it was like what was like giant and goblin,
yeah.
And a tree folk one was like the 3-colored one. Oh, that's right. We got an artwork, the new artwork for it.
Still $6.
You know, I don't know if I like that work or the OG artwork. The OG artwork was really pretty because it had splashes of other colors in it. Like, look at the old school Larwin one. The Larwin artist for fairy stuff was really cool.
So we got to get the Morphic pool. Yes, Larwin is one of my favorite sets for art.
Path of Ancestry.
Yes, want some Pathy, Cavern of Souls.
That's something that should have been reprinted.
Yes, I mean, look, only $40. That's better than it was. It was at 90. Yeah. It's definitely better than the 90 it was last year.
Shipwreck Marsh. Did you get that one?
No, Shipwreck Marsh. I got the Morphic pool though. We definitely want the filter land. So it's underground, right? It's under something sunken. No, sunken.
Sunken ruins.
Sunken ruin. Sunken.
Underground River is the Pain Land.
The Pain Land, yeah.
Now, what about Drowned Catacomb? It's the Buddy Land.
Oh my goodness.
Underground Sea, Underground River combo, the double.
And you're saying the Drowned Catacombs?
Yeah, or Sunken Hollow, because Sunken Hollow is the
it's at least an island, so. Okay, and then.
The only other thing I would maybe run is Temple. But it's a Scryland, but
Castle, you mean?
Oh yeah, we do Castle Van.
The Temple? You want to do Castle instead?
I mean, I like Castle, yeah.
This deck needs Sphinx. This is Sphinx of the Second Sun deck, 100%. It's the only thing that lets you untap in these colors. Castle Vantress.
Yeah, outside of like the spell version.
So we got to play a lot of islands to make. Oh, do you want a Selindi Vision? Oh, you definitely want Glasspool Mimic. Because I don't think that many of them are. And you want Seagate Restoration.
Yeah, Seagate and Selindi.
Seagate.
But.
Alright, and then the rest have to be basics. So we're playing 3 MDFCs, and we're going to go like that. We might not even be able to make... I think I'm going to cut down... I'm going to cut Drowned.
Alright.
And cut... No, the rest can stay. To play more islands. Where's the swamps? There. So that's 31... 32...
That's 42 more.
So 33 is correct. Should we do 4 swamps though? Or is 10 islands? So
let's just add one more swamp.
Okay, so yeah, we would need to cut an island to add a swamp.
Yeah, even with Urborg though, I still want to be able to see.
Canyons is really good. It gives creatures flash as a land. This is still an island, so that counts. Shipwreck March is too good not to run. Secluded Glen. I guess we could just not play these. I still kind of like these though. I think that they're fine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is fine. I think 9. That makes how many legal targets? So it'd be 9, 10. It's only 12 islands, so 1, 2. Maybe not Mystic Sanctuary? You think it's going to be fine?
I mean, I think we still run it. At worst, it just enters tapped and we don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. We're probably going to have to cut a ton of cards. Yep. Saw that coming.
I think it's going to be a lot in the creature side.
Let's start in the instance, too, because we have way too many instances.
No, I think we have way too many creatures. We have 45. We have more than our creature-based deck, and a deck that's kind of half instant of sorcery.
What's coming out?
Let me read.
So you could also choose to just keep the instant and sorceries over the creatures, because there's no reason to like choose to play Venzer or Tai, over like some of the instants and sorceries. We want to keep as many fairies as possible.
No, not even technically. Like they're still good to have, but I think it's more so things that have flash and like instant speed are the things we're gonna look at most. Or things that deal with playing it off return.
Yeah, this also doesn't just say, a fairy, so. This can come out.
Yeah. I think fairy formation could come out. I think we have more than enough ways to draw cards. I don't want to spend 4 mana just to draw a card. And just make a fairy.
Yeah, I think that raid is pretty good. Like, again, we're sitting with mana up, right? And, like, a payoff like that is pretty good. And a 5-mana 5/4, like, I think that, and again, we want something that can make tokens as well for Skull Clamp. We want to keep the things that make tokens. I mean, I guess our commander makes them a lot, but.
Yeah, everything we play off our turn, basically. Well, first thing.
I don't think we're cutting anything in this, aside from maybe Incubator, but I'm not sure. We can maybe cut one of the Flash Enablers. Like maybe do you like Leyline or
yeah, I like Leyline because we have potential to start with it.
So we can maybe cut Orrery.
So yeah, let's look.
But the difference is Teferi is only creatures. So maybe we just play the Orrery and don't play Teferi.
Oh, I thought we had Leyline.
We have Leyline as well, but it's probably good to have at least 2. Because Winding Canyon.
Yeah, no, yeah, we could cut Teferi.
And then keep the artifact. I think that it makes more sense.
Well, before we put it back in, let's just kind of look in like on our creature base, because I also feel like at times I kind of want to maybe a lot of like just the regular fairies that are just there and are just okay. I would rather have them out for.
Is V-Click pretty bad?
No, it still has flash, and the thing is, I think it's good against like decks that like tutor.
I like this. I feel like this is good. It's a looter. This is a lord, so this is like a way to win later on in life.
Mm-hmm.
This is also a lord.
And I think Tally and the Kinley Lord could be a lot of missing.
I don't think so though, because again, if you count 2 or 3, like people play so many 2s and 3 drops nowadays. Like almost every good combo is playing a 2 or 3 drop.
But like, okay, so we get to draw a card and they lose 2 life, or they just kind of play around it because it's definitely shown. Like people see what it is.
Right. And yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Or we get into a situation where like we name 3 and then no one plays 3 drops, even because they just never draw them.
So I feel like this is still good. This one, whatever creature you control with flying attacks, put a red dragon with base parent. This thing I like. Whenever each other rogue creature you control enters the battlefield with an additional.
We could cut that because we cut that, and we could probably cut Una herself too. I don't think this is a deck for her.
So we can basically just choose how we want our like removal to work.
Yep. We cut the latchkey fairy as well. Not super. And maybe what about Mistbind Click? Like it's I guess it does have flash though, but like it's just a 4/4.
It could get people, but like it's not like it's only gonna do it one time. Like I did
What
put
about
Phyrexian Reclamation in, so
maybe Glen Elendra? How do you feel about Glen Elendra? Like
no,
it's a nice.
stays.
Well,
No, she stays.
all
This
right.
one?
No,
This
the Liege, the one that
which one?
the next one down, that one. Glen Elendra Liege.
Yeah. I think that stays because it's a fairy and a lord. We have to keep the lords. We still have to. We want to make sure that our deck can still kill them with attacking, and keeping the lords is like where we're gonna have to stay, because there isn't a lot of lords to begin with. So, I think I like all these. Wait, do we want to play the new Throne of Eldraine as a mana rock?
Nah, I think we're actually pretty.
3, 4, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're only actually playing 8 mana rocks right now.
I think we cut Incubator. They're so low cost that like it's the -2 isn't going to matter for almost all of them.
Yes, but
and we have a thing that makes spells cost less off our turn.
More ramp, or do you think like?
Well, no, because like I said, fairies are really low cost, and like I don't think we're going to be like committing too much to the board too quickly.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total mana rocks. That's fine.
I think so. Maybe I mean, we could play a Myriad Landscape, and maybe take out a Swamp for Myriad. And at least they're gonna ramp that way.
Okay, let's look down here. Maybe we can cut one of our one-sided border wipes.
Palisades then. Bouncing is never good as just removal.
Yeah, Kindred also can't. Oh no, that's not the card I'm thinking of. There's the card that became expensive because it can steal commanders.
Dragons and slivers, look at them.
Yeah, Ingruk's Wake is nice. Feed the Swarm is nice. This deck could get really annoyed by things like propaganda, you know, like not getting the attack. All right, so now we gotta choose like what's I kind of like mystical.
Oh, we could cut mystical teachings.
No, because it's also things with flash. So like, what's the best thing we get with that? Let me think. So it would probably be.
It's like spell. We like sign of gonna spell better sprite if we need it.
Can tutor a lot of things actually.
And it really does. It teeters a fairy harbinger to tutor another thing. Urtai. Brazen borrower.
I guess we like don't 100% need. I mean, it feels good, but then again, like if you just wanted to play this. Oh, well, it's an instant, so it's better than playing Demonic.
Yeah, and Vamp Tutor puts it to the top of the deck, so you wouldn't even get it.
So... I guess I still like all these. And then... Okay, so we gotta talk about removal. I guess this goes?
Yeah, we don't need, like, Tutor. I also see a variant of this deck where like we just play our commander and then just play super hard control and like 3 fairy lords. Yeah, but I like the little mixing of both.
I think we just cut that.
No, we cut that. Yeah.
We just play a kill spell. Like we don't really need it. I think the free spells seem really good. So the question is, which counter spells do we want to play? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Sword of 9, 10, 11, 12. So which counter spells do we want to cut?
None of them. We keep them all, Tom.
Jesus.
Yeah, in fact,
hold on. Let's consult the top. We have to cut 17 more cards.
All right, we start cutting creatures and leave the counter spells. Nah.
I mean, we could. That's the thing. If you don't want, I do think Urtai's like a good choice.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm gonna make an argument for Urtai and Venzer is because we're also playing Phyrexian Reclamation. Oh, we can look at this. Do we not? Do we want this still or no?
We kind of don't need that.
Remember, it's whenever. It's not the first time, so it is cute.
That's true.
I like attrition. I think attrition's gonna be fucking nuts, and I don't think any of the rest of this is getting cut.
No.
Also, like I said, I think making sure that you're playing 2 instances of everything has flash seems nice. Because let's count the number of things that don't have flash or instant speed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got all of those do, and then we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So half the deck doesn't have flash. So I think it's important to play 2 ways to give everything flash. And I think the other one is definitely this. Because, so Teferi would be good. Because then you can be the cocksucker that's like, I'm going to Sublime Epiphany counterspell, and you guys can't interact because I got a Teferi. But I don't know if you want to play all 3 of them. But, like, flash seems very important in this deck. And then, like, I see a world where, like, this is coming out with flash, and then it's triggering your commander, and then you're also getting to loop, like, counterspells and stuff.
Let me read Fairy Artisan. Wonder if he's worth keeping, just for the sake of it.
We don't gotta play
it. Nah. Not super in theme. It's just like a fairy for the sake of being a fairy, but I guess we're kind of out of just being a fairy deck, and we're...
Your first spell during each opponent's... look at the top card of that player's... Oh, yeah, it's the... Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Whenever we do combat damage, I put a 1/1 counter on this thing. Whenever this dies, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is its power.
I mean, it's only 1 or more, so it doesn't get too crazy.
Do you want to cut it?
So, yeah, it'll take it a while to get... If it's whenever any fairy deal combat damage, I think that'd be gross, but...
This one's good. That's a good tutor. It also has flash. I like the ones that give -1s. Those seem really good.
You know what's funny? One's called Dream Spoiler, and one's Dream Spoiler Witches, so they're both the same, and it goes Fairy Wizard to Fairy Warlock.
Yes. That's funny.
Yeah, we're getting to a point where we can almost be Warlock tribal decks.
Hopefully. It'd be fun. Whenever you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Yeah, that's good. Like that a lot. Kind of like this flash kill guy. But because I want to at least have a creature that does it, again, for the argument of Phyrexian Reclamation.
Mm-hmm.
Getting to loop that if it dies. Okay, so what else we got? So we got the copy thing. Do we still want to... Actually, it has flash. So copy any an opponent control. So yeah, I like that. That could be crazy. Thinking about Rankle here.
Oh, we could cut Rankle.
I don't like the sacking. I don't like giving everybody the draw. And if it had flash, maybe I'd be more inclined. But and I'd like to cut down on things that don't have flash. What do you feel about Puppeteer Click?
He's just cute.
I think it just goes. Whenever another fairy enters battle 1 life. That does have flash. We'll keep that. Okay. Now, which counter spells? Is it Fairy Trickery is the worst, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe no. I actually like Familiar's Ruse in a we care about things entering the battlefield at instant speed kind of deck.
Because we could put flash things back into our hand and then replay the flash things.
Yes. Maybe Mission Briefing?
Yeah, we could cut that. That's not super needed.
Wait, what was the other one you said? Did I put that in here?
Arcane Denial?
No, there was another one you said that gets a spell back. I don't think I put it in here. Yeah, we could just cut it. I mean, I have the Archaeomancer and Phyrexian Reclamation, if worse comes to worse. How many artifacts are we playing? 13, so that's still fine to play Academy Ruins, I think. Okay, so let's look through our creatures again. We'll read everything. Okay, so these two look good. This is definitely not getting cut. This is not getting cut. This is not getting cut. This is not getting cut. I'm still kind of a fan of this card. Again, just think of the logic of it, right? Where you're wanting to just keep mana up as much as possible, right? And I think it's so much better than the payoff on this one because it makes each player draw, right? So this is making a 1/1, which is going towards your attacking strategy and giving you a drawback. Which for 4, I think that's nuts. Like, even as a 5-drop, like, I think that in a control aspect, Derek, one thing that is good in a control aspect is having having something to do with your mana, not like wasting your mana, because if you're sitting there and then nobody does anything bad and then you just pass your turn and you don't end up doing anything, you know? Because your commander doesn't have a payoff itself, you know? Like, it doesn't have, like, an ability that can be triggered, you know? So, like, other than, you know, the one that you do off their turn. And yes, you can just play things to just play things, but like you want to be interactive, and I think these payoff things are good for that kind of strategy, you know? It's why I've always liked Greed. It's why I've always liked like Urgel's Bloodfast, because you can do them whenever you want, over playing something like Night's Whisper in a control variant, you know? It's why I like Attrition, which might be better than maybe playing like a kill spell. Which one of these do you like more? Do you want to play all these? Resculpt, Belfo Mastery?
We get the resculpt. We don't need resculpt. Resculpt's if you can't run like black and stuff.
No, but artifact though.
We counter the artifact.
You're right. Okay. All right. Well, fine, Daddy. You got it. When you get Winter Orb, don't cry to me. No, we got Cyclonic Rift. It's fine. Cyclonic Rift beats everything. It doesn't really matter. And if we were to cut another counterspell, what would it be?
Probably.
What are you thinking?
Probably Spell Stutter. Because the thing is that at some point people get paid for it. Like, green decks are going to laugh at that card.
Agreed. I didn't even know it had... I thought it just made it cost less if there was a fairy. I didn't know it had, like, a ability. So we're still playing 15... so it's 20 instant sorcery, so Archmage is still good. We gotta cut 9 cards. So the thing that I like about this commander, right, is we're playing all the ways to draw, like, when she hits, you know? Or, like, when creatures hit. So, like, you're gonna, like, counterspell, make a 1/1, and now that counterspell basically gets to draw. So, like, your commander kind of turns into, like, an Archmage Emeritus in the command zone. In Dimir. Because you get to trade in the 1/1s for things. Or, like, you just Skull Clamp the 1/1 that you're gonna make, like, an infinite number of, you know? So, like, it seems really good to me. You wanna know what would be good in the version of this deck that is just instant and sorceries? That artifact that makes instant sorceries cost less, that has flash and it gets the counters on it.
The something apparatus.
Yeah, Mind Splice apparatus.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so let's look at the rest of these. Whenever this enters the battlefield, you may pay X. When you do, you may copy. Cast target instant sorcery card with mana value extra less from a graveyard without paying its mana. I like that. So that's basically like a mission briefing. I like that. But it's a fairy version. It doesn't have flash, but it's a fairy, and hopefully we're playing 3 instances of giving flash. Still like that. I still like the copy. Still like making things cost less. Because we're playing 20 instant sorcery, so that's fine. What about Sower? I feel like Sower's cool, and it could get kind of funny with Sublime Epiphany. Stealing one creature and like taking it off the board is not bad.
Yeah, but if error is dealt with, then they get it back.
Yeah, I think
where it could just be like if it was just a removal spot.
When this enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 black fairy creature tokens. Whenever creature control with flying, you may have it become a red dragon to toughness. Oh yeah, that correct. That's one of our win cons right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, this is gonna get really good with Skull Clamp too. Yeah. Oh, and that's a counter spell because we play Spell Stutter.
Yeah.
So that, and then hold on, we play like an ass load of counter spells actually because we got 1, Venzer, 3, and then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So let's cut one more. Should it be? Is it dumb to say counterspell?
Yeah, I mean have been doing that. Where like we have so many just good.
This deck actually wants like all the 2 mana ones because like it still wants to make a board. Maybe it's just Mystic Confluence. I like the modes on Mystic Confluence, and bouncing creatures might be actually relevant. And you could also do the thing where you bounce like Archmage or the Arcades, the thing that adds back an instant sorcery. So like that's kind of like another little pseudo loop with those two. And also, if you Kindred Dominance and you have a Phyrexian Reclamation, you can, and you have see, this is why I've been liking Archaeomancer in these kind of decks. So like he can constantly add back the Kindred because he'll die to the Kindred because he's not a fairy, and then you just get to loop that for the rest of the game. So that sounds like a fun play.
Yeah. How about Kindred for the rest of the game?
If you have this, you can do it at fucking instant speed.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Vomit. Okay. What would be the count? Maybe. No. Fuck. Okay, so you got 4 creature removals. Actually, 5 because we got Feed the Swarm, right? And then technically 2 board wipes. And a... Yeah, none of this is going. Wait a minute. Isn't there that new broken black enchantment that reanimates creatures?
It's from anywhere. It's the
I don't want to get into that one right now. I keep forgetting it exists. I have it written down on my list for Villas. Okay, how many more cards we gotta cut? Let's find out. We gotta be getting close. We're not. It's 8 more. This is tough. I don't think it's any of the artifacts. I think it's got to come from the creatures or the instant.
All right. Well, maybe we don't need. Wow, my voice cracked. The double dream things that give -/. If we already have a lot of potential removal encounter, like they're cool, but I don't know if we need both of them. And the thing is, we're not going to play like 5 spells during our opponent's turn in most instances.
I think everything else is too good that's left. I mean, this is basically just drawing cards. Do we still like this?
I just like because
I think it's not bad.
Yeah, because we get to keep returning and replaying it and triggering our commander, and or like having like combos with the other off return stuff.
What is this deck's curve? It like highly tops out at 4.
Yeah.
I guess we could cut a land. Blasphemy. What that land would be, I don't know. Run down to 2 swamps. That seems really bad. Then we can't. Like, if we draw one of those swamps, then Myriad Landscape just flat out can't get a swamp. That's fine, though. What you say? Did it save me cutting a swamp? Okay, so cut 6 more.
Still 6 more. Man, why is it always like these type of decks are super hard?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't need the other Dream Spoiler. -1/-1 is like just seems very lackluster.
I mean, it's not bad. Like, it's just, I guess. We also don't have like a fuck ton of ramps, so like I don't see us playing enough to like make that relevant. Maybe. So we need to cut 5 more cards. I think it's gonna be at least one more counterspell, but what is that counterspell?
Is it just straight? Maybe rewind. Rewind could be a little bit expensive if we not, and if it gets interacted with.
Maybe Confluence. Okay, 4 more cards. Could cut. Yeah, I don't think any of that's going. Could just say fuck feed the swarm and just try to deal with it. We do have a lot of things that make us lose life.
We don't really have too many ways to gain life.
Maybe we just don't play feed the swarm, even though as much as these colors needs a card like that. We just hope that Cyclonic Rift and counterspells can get us there. I do like these 3 and 4. I still want to have creature removal, and I think 4 pieces of creature removal is good. This can technically hit a spell. And then we have that, and we have Brazy Bee. This also kills a creature. So maybe, we could cut one of the instants that kills a creature if we want to keep the creatures as what we're using. Or do we want to care about the instants for Archmage Emeritus? What are you thinking?
I don't know. This is hard. And maybe the Blighting Gale, like as cool as she is, I don't know.
Oh, this one?
But it just makes tokens, and it's not super expensive to put it back in your hand. With enough mana, we could do that every turn. Ugh.
We're still at 23 fairies and 2 lands, so 25 fairies. That's not bad at all. We can cut some fairies if we really want to. I guess I just feel like this effect feels good for what we're trying to do here. Because if you just have like a blank turn, because there's gonna be some times where like you just don't need to interact, you know, or like I guess I don't know. Like I'm taking it from how I play this in Villas when I have cards like this, and even if Villas isn't out, I really like cards like this because all Villas does is it interacts. The entire deck is interaction, and then it plays Villas, draws an entire hand back, and then tries to win the game from there. And I've always liked activated cards like this that work like an Argos Bloodfast or like a Greed. And yes, this is a lot more mana, but it's also throwing a 1/1 in the mix that works for when we're trying to kill them with all the lords because it's a fairy, and it also gets to draw a card. That seems for a control deck for me, like having just a payoff to do with your mana and not just sit there and do nothing. Like, it seems good in my eyes, but then again, like, we could just play Greed and it might just be better than playing that card, you know, like, or just play Rhystic Study. Oh, do we just want a Rhystic Study over that card?
I mean, Rhystic Study could go in any blue any blue.
I know, but I'm gonna throw Rhystic Study in the maybe word. I just like it. I don't know. It is 5 mana though, but we do have some things that make it cost less, and like especially if we get to play it off our turn, like that mana doesn't really matter because we're just doing it at the end of their turn anyway. We're playing 3 ways to give things flash, so like that's a reasonable amount that we're gonna see them, and one of them is free if we're lucky, if we're that good.
All right, just throw the whole deck out.
Let's just start over. We're gonna make it instant and sorcery tribal. We only gotta cut 3 more cards. We're already super low on ramp. Maybe it's one of the instant kill spells, which I guess it's because we have the Urtai, right, which kills one thing. So do you care more about the exiling? I feel like free spells are crazy in this deck.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah, we want to keep the free spell. Because, Derek, I see a world, like we were talking about, like, where this was an instant sorcery tribal and you play, like, all the free spells. Force of Will, Force of Negation, Pact of Negation, like, all of the free spells. Subtlety, fucking Grief, why not? Like, just fucking everything. And then you make 1/1s, you sack them, you do things, I don't know. We could probably find some way to, like, make it work that way, but right now we're doing Ferraries.
We're doing furries. I mean, fairies.
This is a broken draw, and again, the deck's not going to be drawing, like, a ton, you know? So 9, 10, technically 11, because it's kind of a counterspell, 12, and then there's, oh my god, I forgot about Glenalendra. So there's 13, 14 counterspells. Goodness, man. Oh my goodness! So tough. There's too many good cards to play. 3 more cards. Okay, I'm gonna make a call. I'm gonna cut
Kindred.
No. Baleful.
So remember, we can't not draw with it, so we could potentially actually deck ourselves with it, but I don't think I'll ever get to that point.
Yeah, so we'll cut that one because we have the free one. Even though it doesn't say Planeswalker, it's a free spell, and I've really liked Kern's Call recently. Killing 2 things for 1 mana is pretty fucking good, and even if it's 3 mana, it's really good. And we also still have a bunch of things that kill and bounce up there, so we should be fine in that regard. And then if I were to cut a counter spell now, what would it be? One of the creatures? Is Spellstarter Sprite even that good? I think it is.
I mean, it's decent.
I think it's good. This has to stay. like one of our only like progressing the game state to trying to kill them kind of cards, and this, I guess. Because they work with our commander, you know, worst comes to worst, so. And we gotta keep all the lords. And I actually kind of like this card. And there's any permanent. They're so good. And again, I said I wanted
What about the hidden coves? It's cool, but maybe our stuff's cheap enough that does the 1 mana reduction super matter. That's the point I'm getting. I'm like, the point I'm thinking. Like, are we efficient
this
enough?
Is the only big thing that we're really casting off of. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Good move. Good move. Is that the same regard with like a Herald's Horn? Maybe like we just don't need this card. I mean, it does draw, and we're still playing 20-something fairies. Like 25, I said, right? So like it's still gonna hit a lot. But like, do we just say that we don't need the minusers?
Yeah, probably.
And like we're gonna draw from other ways, you know. So, and then I think we need to cut one more card. No, we're good, Derek. We did it.
We did it. Oh Jesus! I don't want to make any more blue decks, Tom. Forever, never again.
I mean, this could like maybe work. I mean, it's very low on lands, but it has a fucking mana drain.
But no black mana, but no black spells.
It's got black.
Oh yeah, right. It does. Right. Okay, I think we can try that.
Okay. Well, let's just we can wait on that. We can just do that and then draw. Okay, we're just goaded like that. I think we just take the 3. Or no. I want it worse